Check 1 2 1 2. Welcome back to another live at Level Gamers podcast. This is your boy Levelhead, back with the crew. Keith Norris, K-Bum 20 is back in these internet streets. We have a lot to talk about tonight. Y'all see the thumbnail. Major things are taking place that we need to discuss. So come on in, gather in. What's up, y'all?
Yeah, good to be back, man. Had a good little trip with the fam, so I feel re-energized, ready to talk about some games. But they got smashed though, bro. But I'm good, man. It's a good day. I got some stuff going on tonight. May have to take a quick exit tomorrow at work, but I'm good. I'm excited.
All right. Mr. Norris, how you feeling, bro?
Yo.
He said, yo. But we need y'all to fill up this chat room. Tonight is the night where we can officially begin to kind of somewhat get hype for what's coming around the corner. Nintendo up here sneaking around, showing off this new Nintendo device. We gotta talk about this. What does it mean? Matrix Unreal 5 demo PlayStation-like on the Switch 2. What does this mean? What's up, Alan Steed? YouTube never notifies me when y'all go live, but I'm here. When you here, I don't know what, they don't like us no more, man. We gotta work our way back into favor. Miss Nia's in the building. What's up? Switch 2 finna be some hot garbage. All right, slap yourself, Nia. Now you too early with that. But welcome to the show. We are here.
What she say?
She said the Switch 2 finna be some hot garbage.
Oh man, explain.
Already with the shade. But let me get this steak my wife cooked out of my grizzled teeth. It's all in my teeth. Anyway, so welcome to the show.
Is that steak 10 out of 10?
It's
Good answer. It better be 10 out of 10.
I'm gonna be honest. My wife can cook, so it's good. I would give it about a 7.5. But she was rushing, but it was good. Definitely a good steak. That chicken was on fleek though. Kay, that chicken was on fire. Anyway, so welcome to the show. Yeah, we got a lot to discuss tonight. We got K-Bum 20 back in the building. What's up, man?
Yeah, man.
Fresh off vacation. We don't care about what you got to say. I just wanted to let you know. Okay, hush up. So, Keith, how you doing?
Nah. I am here because you were doing all that hating.
I
was
wait a minute.
Trying to enjoy myself with the family.
What hating?
You were on full hate mode.
What did
I'm
I
up
do?
here trying to. I was at dinner.
I don't remember.
Decided, let me join my bros. If I can't get on the talk, let me at least get a chance to listen in on some of the conversation, get a chance to hop in the chat.
You snuck in on us.
With the chat crew, see how my boys are doing, and I got full blown hate. Tombo, if you can't get on the mic, I don't want to hear your opinion. Oh, but I'm here now. I feel like Muhammad Ali.
Moms, I forgot about that.
Today.
I forgot. So we can't live in the past. Hey,
No.
live and forget. Live
we
and
gonna
forget.
put this past right here in this present.
Live and forgive, man. K-Ball, you gotta learn how to
I'm up and
forgive.
trying to have a good dinner with my family,
How
and
do
all I
you,
heard is "Shut up, K-Ball."
wait a minute, Neil. How you gonna be in the comment section gaslighting and throwing gas on his flame? We don't want K-Bum to get me. We good.
No, Neil
What did I
was the
say?
main one last week talking about fight back, K-Ball.
What did I say,
Like
K-Bum? I can't
I'm with
remember
my
what I
family
said.
though.
Keith, what did I say last week that got K-Bum acting like this? What did I say?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know, but you was saying something.
Did I?
I couldn't get.
I
If you
can't
had
remember.
said, "Here's $1 million," what did I say? I would have lost $1 million tonight.
I can't
cannot
remember what I said. K-Bum, what did I say? I don't recall saying
And
anything negative towards you.
said enough. I feel like we should duel at high noon. How much you were talking?
I was.
On God, sir.
I gotta go back. I gotta go back and listen to that episode. 'Cause I don't remember what I said. You know, I don't know. I just go with what's going on. So don't count it to the heart.
I'm here today.
We good. We
And
friends today.
I am barbecue.
We are
ready for all the
colleagues.
smoke.
We colleagues today, K-Bone. We can't beef
Oh,
live on air.
this-
That's not good etiquette. That's not good showmanship. They don't want to hear us fight. They want to hear us team up and discuss games with vigor and passion and just sharing our opinions. They don't want to see us argue.
You about to get all this opinion.
So anyway, man, welcome back. Good to hear your voice on the cast. Me and Keith held it down last week. What we talk about? Mario Wonder and and some of the reviews of Starfield. So yeah, Starfield.
And then we got a cool little heated battle about PlayStation Plus increase. So I'm curious to see
Yeah, I do
to
wanna
hear
hear
your
what
thoughts on that
K-Ball got to say
whenever
about
we get to that again. I'm gonna be hush.
Okay, yeah, I do want to hear K-Bum's opinion on that one. I don't remember what I said. What's up, Chariot Gaming? Chariot Man Gaming in the buildings. All in these internet streets. Okay, so let's get it in. We got to get into this what you've been gaming on because I don't want to spend a whole lot of time. Hey, have y'all watched the latest Star Wars?
Yes.
What y'all think? That mug was good.
I have not finished the last few minutes.
The last episode, this episode was much better than the first two. Which the first two were really for the fans of Rebels. I understand that. The first two were fan service for the people who spent all that time watching Rebels, watching Clone War, watching all them stories about Ahsoka and everybody else, Sabine and Asher Bridger and Doom. They got all that fan service out of the way the first two episodes, and then the next two they got into some action. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to what they got cooking now.
Yeah, this latest one, Keith, was really, really good. I was into it all the way through to the end.
I gotta see the last few minutes, man. I gotta.
You gotta catch the last few minutes.
Yeah.
No comment.
It's good. So anyway, we're going to jump into this because we got a little bit to discuss, and I want to give us ample opportunity to talk about it. And we're going to talk about it right at the top of the show. So, Cherry Man, Video Game Her, Nia, and Alice D, y'all don't have to wait. We're not going to save this subject. We talking about this out the gate. So let's get into this, what you've been gaming on, and then we'll be into our first topic. Let's go. You know what time it is? It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On? Sing it, folks. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on. my baby booze has bum rushed the scene. But who want to go first? What you been gaming on?
I go first.
Go ahead, Keith.
Nah, I go second. No, just playing. I'm in a jovial spirit tonight. I have been gaming on quite a few things, but like bite size, kind of impressions, right? I'm gonna leave the big game for last. But I went back and I played. Went back and I downloaded Batman Arkham, basically all of them. Arkham Asylum, which I realized I never finished. I had it on 360, didn't finish it. I went ahead and re-downloaded Arkham City, and I bought Arkham Origins and re-downloaded Arkham Knight. So I was having an Arkham week. Say what?
I said yes, you was Arkham City up in this joint.
Yes. So Arkham Asylum, like I said, I never finished it, but I'm playing it full resolution, max, 4K, all that other stuff. It's pretty good.
It's good. It's a good game.
I think the reason I didn't really get into it because of the corridors and how tight it was. But then I started realizing there was a lot of things that I guess I had gotten far in the game. I don't know. I went and looked at my gamer score on the 360 and I didn't beat it though, but I did make my way through it. And I think what happened was Arkham City was coming out that year and I put it down. Arkham City, oh my God. If you've never played this game on PC, 4K, fully maxed out, that game today still holds up.
It looks good. I actually have in my church, we got some video games in the basement, and someone's actually been playing it on the 360. I believe it's 360, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it still looks good. Like it still holds up even with that. So I can imagine it being upscaled to 4K and how well it looks in that. That's a still looking game.
Blew my mind. I was like, this is Arkham City? And then there's Arkham Origins. Okay, so I know who makes that game.
That wasn't Rocksteady. Rocksteady didn't do Origins, right? Did Rocksteady do Origins?
It was not Rocksteady. I don't know.
Yeah, Rocksteady didn't do Origins. I forgot who did Origins.
And it shows.
I think I beat Origins.
Now,
yeah.
It shows because who was it? Splash Damage. I think that's what it is. WB Montreal. That's what it is. WB Montreal. But anyways, it shows. It does not even look even close to Arkham City. I was blown away. Like, why does this game look so bad? Like comparatively, I was like, man, this game does not look as good. Batman suit. Why is it so shiny? And I don't know. It looked kind of ashy at the same time. I was like, this game does not.
That's shiny and ashy.
It's shiny and ashy. I don't know how to explain it, and I'm just like, this does not look good. Now, mind you, when I originally played Arkham Origins, I had it on the Wii U, and I thought that looked good. But I always felt like maybe on the PC or on a stronger console, it'll look better. Arkham Origins does not look good. It's still a good game. I enjoyed it for what it was, but it did not look good. And of course, Arkham Knight at its full glory. All right, let me move forward. So I went ahead and downloaded Sea of Stars. Started playing that. It's turn-based. It's on everything, I believe. I think it's on PS5, Switch, but I downloaded it on Game Pass. Pretty cool. The characters already. I kind of like both characters. I cannot think of their names right now, but I kind of like it.
If you don't get to what we waiting for,
hold on. Then I went back.
If you don't move on.
No, hold on. I'm making y'all wait. And then I downloaded. Now let me quit. Okay, there was some other things that I played, but I go ahead and move forward because I can't keep letting y'all hold on this long. Starfield, it's out for everybody now.
It is out.
Starfield, those people who paid $100, kudos to y'all for getting your early experience. Starfield is out now. Again, I can only give an impression. I can't give a review or anything like that. I haven't beat it. I haven't put enough time in. I've been too busy. But I did want to get into it, make my character. And I will say that I feel like, because I also went back and played Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 just to see how it opened, because I didn't play those games. I didn't like Bethesda games. Starfield, to me, has the best opening of any Bethesda game. And it helps that the backdrop is space, right? I love sci-fi
Final
space.
Frontier.
Final, yes, all of that. Starfield is a very deep game that you can really sink your teeth into. Like you can't just pick this up and think you're finna play Wolfenstein or Halo and stuff like that. Because today I was trying to, I can't remember what system I was trying to fly to, but you had to fly the systems before you got to the main system to kind of like make points, like ping points, like I went here, went there, go here, go there. Now I can finally get to that place that I was trying to fly to. So they give you those restrictions. Um, the characters, what's the girl name? Noelle, Sarah, some of those early characters. You've seen these characters already in a lot of their demos. I think it's pretty cool that you can get out there and kind of make your own. And I think there's several different ways you can take your characters from things that I've experienced and from things that I've heard. Now, the meat of the game, the gun action, I can't believe it, but the gun action feels good. It's responsive. I was actually messing with a video today with some my voice over it. I'll see if I may upload that. I was trying to get the volume and the sound right, but um, the gun action is fun, right? And then they didn't tell me. Like I guess I don't know if I wasn't paying attention because I don't really know how to play the game all that well. I got off my ship and I turn around. Sarah's with me at this point, and I turn around. She in a spacesuit. I had took my spacesuit off. They didn't tell me that I need to put my spacesuit on. Then the screen started getting hazy because I couldn't breathe the air. And I'm like, y'all were gonna tell me to put my spacesuit on? I'm out here about to die. Y'all not gonna say nothing? That's cold. But anyways, but yeah, it's so many little integral things that you have to pay attention to. Fuel for your ship, picking up random items. If you played The Witcher, you know the when you're too heavy, you're carrying too many things, and your companion would normally tell you like, "Hey, why are you picking up all that junk?" You know, and you go through and you can moving around and do all the other stuff. But Starfield, and I said this on Twitter, and you commented, K-Bomb. Starfield to me is a companion game. I can't see myself maining this game, meaning like, oh, this is the game that's driving me forward because I'm still waiting on Cyberpunk to come out, Mario Wonder to come out. But I feel like Starfield is that game that I'm like, okay, let me go do some more stuff in my world. This is my world. Bethesda's credit this world for me. Let me go do some more stuff in my world, and I might sink like 2 or 3 hours into it, then put it back down, and then go play something else that's gonna drive me forward. Because I feel like Starfield is one of those games that you're gonna keep playing and trying to figure things out. And I'm eager to see what the things that I've heard about people talking about when you complete the game. That's when the game really starts.
Right.
What does that? I can kind of see what that means, but really, what does that mean? What is that going to be like for me and my experience? Because I know how I am. I love going off and doing my own thing. I do it with Zelda, both Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. I did it with The Witcher. You know what I mean? I love going off and just running around doing my own things. But now I can jump from planet to planet doing that. This is going to be a blast. I think Starfield so far is a really, really good game. But again, I think it's one of those companion type games because there's so much stuff and there's such a wealth of things that you can do in this game. So kudos to Bethesda. It is, a Bethesda game, so your mileage may vary. If you're not familiar with their content, I wasn't, I didn't really get into their IPs or anything like that. But I think this one feels different. This one feels special.
Nice.
So,
Okay. So companion, I like that kind of that take you had. That is a companion type game. That's interesting. Nia said, I'm reading some of the comments down here. Nia said she agrees with you. Also, she said Starfield could be what Genshin Impact is to me right now. It's the game you play in between games. So it kind of exactly what you said. So a game you play around other games. So you're saying it's not a game that you just stick with and play through. You pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down type of game.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those games because it's a lot. It's so much to take in, and you can get lost in that world, and you can kind of burn yourself out in Starfield. Okay. Just doing because it's a lot of the repetition and doing some of the same things over and over again. But it's fun. But you don't want to just keep driving yourself doing that. Then you get burnt out. Like, I don't want to play Starfield no more. I think that's what happened with me with Breath of the Wild. I don't know if anybody else had it, but I had like gamer fatigue after I played Breath of the Wild. I didn't want to touch no open world game. I was like, I'm done with open world.
I think I've been like that since Tears of the Kingdom. I haven't been gaming a lot, and I think because after Tears of the Kingdom, I really didn't want to just jump into anything. So, and plus I've been doing a lot at the church. So I'll do me real quick, and then K-Bum, I'll let you come in. I haven't been gaming much, but I did jump on some of that Double Dragon, kind of making it through. I'm glad that you able to save your place and pick up where you left off. And I plan on jumping back on that Street Fighter 6. I had it pulled out, but I didn't get a chance to throw it in because I've just been busy. But those are the two games that I've actually played. Well, that's one of the games I played and the other one I looked to play. But I'm like you, Keith. I didn't even know how to explain it, but you smartly, I'm going to take the words from Nia. You smartly articulated yourself, and that's how I felt. At the Tears of the Kingdom, I really just didn't really want to jump into anything. So, and I didn't know what it really was until you said that. But anyway, K-Bum, come on through so we can get in this first topic. Go ahead.
No problem. So let me go ahead and jump what I've been gaming on. So I've been so it's funny. I took my PlayStation. So I'll agree with Level on this point. The PS5 is not a portable system.
No.
Lord have mercy.
No.
So I have a carry-on. I put in the carry-on.
PSN
I put it in the carry-on. I wrapped it in a blanket. You can start with that portal. Wrapped it in a blanket. Put it in my carry-on, and I tried to take it with me. And so I took it with me to my vacation, and I never took it out and plugged it up. So it's sat in the carry-on the entire time. Mostly gamed on my phone. Did some board games with the family. Literally never turned on the PlayStation. If I had the portal, I probably would have played the PlayStation. So if that's
go and get that portal, K-Ball.
Yeah, okay. So that's one thing the portal has going for it, but I need a little bit more to spend my money for that. But what have I actually been gaming on? So the game I've been gaming on the most, because I am done with this game, not done as in finished, done as in need to be finished, is Midnight Suns. It has overstayed its welcome. It is that guest that you keep, you're sitting there, you're yawning, letting the guest know that you're tired. You're like, I'm about to go to bed, and the guests don't want to leave. That's what Midnight Suns is. I am skipping through dialogue. I'm a story guy. I love story. I am skipping through dialogue. I don't know who's saying what to who, and I no longer care. I just want to get to the end of the game so I can see how the game ends, because I like the story. It's just too much of it. It's too much of it. And I took a look at how long to beat it. And how long to beat it, it said 40 to 90 hours. And I'm in that mist, and I need to be done. So get ready to finish that. And then secondly, I've been playing on NBA 2K23. I am getting ready for NBA 2K24. That drops tonight at 11 o'clock. I will get no sleep. I have already prepared to call off sick tomorrow for work.
Hope nobody listening. Hope nobody listening. Oh boy, go ahead, cause we showed our
my
face.
Real name anyway.
We showed our face though.
we showed our face. Hold on now. Hold on. Yeah. So I won't be at work tomorrow. So don't look for me. Because I'll be playing 2K. I'll be playing 2K tomorrow. Going into tonight into tomorrow. So the game drops, like I said, 11 o'clock. So that's about 2 hours from now, and I'll be on with the homies playing the game.
Okay, that's what's up. Welcome to the show. What was that? Fred 215. Welcome to the show. Okay, so we have gotten through that. DJ Fanatic, welcome to the show as well. Oh, man, y'all showing up. All right. So we are here. We are excited. We got through that portion of our podcast, and now we're about to get into the sauce. So there's a lot that have taken place over the last day, and I was just anxious to jump on here with Keith and K-Bum to talk about this latest news. So we all know we've been waiting on some legit Nintendo Next System news, and it looked like we have finally got our news. So this is coming from, who is this coming from? Send that to me in the chat room because I had it pulled up and
it's a Eurogamer article.
Yeah, if you could send it to me, I'll pull it up. But we finally have gotten some real, tangible news about the next thing coming from Nintendo. So at Gamescom, we know that Nintendo was there with Mario Wonder and a few other titles, and they had booths set up and everything like that. But little did we know that Nintendo was also hosting secret showcasings behind the scenes to developers, and what was the secret gathering was to show off the new or the next gen system, the next entry into the Nintendo game device. They showed it off to devs. Now, from what I hear, and when K-Bum sent it, have you sent it, K-Bum?
He sent it.
Okay, so
Yep.
I'm gonna pull it up. Hold up, give me a little chance to pull it up. One of the things they was talking about is that Nintendo showed off a updated, kind of visually bumped up presentation of Breath of the Wild, running on the system at the specs of the system. So I'm pretty sure the frame rate's probably doubled, probably 60 frames per second, maybe 1440p, something like that. I'm not sure, but let me get in here. I want to pull up this article. Where you sent it to, Cable? Why can't I find this?
I sent it in both the chat and I sent it in Discord. If you can't find it, that is your fault.
Oh, thank you, K-Bum, for just making me feel bad. But I'm gonna find
No
it.
problem, sir. I'll be here. I'll be here all week.
Okay. So there it is, right there. It is right there. So I'm opening it up right now, and I'm gonna pull it in. So I guess accept cookie. All right, thank you. Now get out the way. Let's get to this. So Nintendo demoed Switch 2 to developers at Gamescom ahead of widely expected launch next year. So, no, stop. So, now how do you say that? And I don't know how to say that. Anyway, Nintendo public Gamescom show floor booth let you play Pokemon 4 and Super Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They still letting people play that. But behind the scenes, the company had more up its sleeves. Developer presentation for Switch 2 took place behind closed doors. Eurogamer understands with partners shown tech demos of how well the system is designed to run. On Switch 2 demo, one Switch 2 demo is a souped-up version of Switch launch title, Zelda Breath of the Wild, designed to hit the Switch 2's beefier target specs. To be clear, though, this is just a tech demo. There's no suggestion that the game will be re-released. Now, we all know that Nintendo most likely will re-release this game in some capacity or another, or it'll upscale to this if it's backwards compatible. We'll talk about all this stuff. Let me shrink this down so y'all can see it, because it's a little blown up. It's not fitting all the way in to the thing, and then we're gonna. Man, I'm excited about this. This is what we've been waiting on. Nintendo has yet to publicly discuss plans for its inevitable Switch successor. Let me see. Though its new hardware is widely expected to launch at some point in 2024. Word that it is now beginning to show external developers external developers comes as details have begun to emerge around when we may see the system launch. This is just not no commas and no nothing. A recent report pinned Switch 2 arrival for the latter part of next year, with development kits now in the hands of some key partners. This claim, this chimes with what Eurogamer had also previously heard, though on timing, I understand Nintendo is keen to launch the system sooner if possible. I like that. We'll talk about that. Publicly, Nintendo has announced a strong lineup of games to see the current Switch through the rest of 2023 and into the start of the new year, with the impressive-looking Super Mario Bros. Wonder and Super Mario RPG Remake and new WarioWare all coming this side of Christmas. 2024 will bring a new Princess Peach. Okay, forget all that. So, y'all hear what's going on. So, there was another thing that happened that was not in this article, but we'll talk about that as well. So, let's get into some of this. So, Nintendo is showing off their new device, right? Behind the scenes, a souped-up Breath of the Wild running at the specs of the new, beefier system. And they plan to launch it next year. But
Wait.
what?
Hold up.
Go
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. We do have to quickly pump the brakes on this conversation. We will get into it. But I did want to make sure we recognize and say a man, what's up?
D2K.
D2K Prime.
I didn't see you there.
Man, I had to stop the whole podcast. Hey, bro.
Absolutely.
He
What's
resurrected
up, bro?
from the dead.
Man,
He said I had
bro,
to peek in on this.
we miss you, bro. Just want to say miss you, bro. We're thinking about you, man. I hope everything's going great with you. I know we haven't got a chance to talk in a while, man. But yeah, man, just come through, man. I'm happy you're here today. So I'll say that
man,
much.
that's crazy. You just snuck in the comments. I'm like, what is K-Bum doing? Talking about
Sure to know what he was talking about.
Like, then I look down and I see D2K Prime. Oh, okay. So you in the comment section. This is definitely a show you should be on because this would be right up your alley. But so, getting back to it, Nintendo is showing off this new device behind the scenes to devs. They showed off a souped up. Let me get this food out y'all face. They showed off a souped up Breath of the Wild running at the specs of the newer system, and but what was not in this article, and I think it's in another article, is they also showed the Matrix Unreal demo running on the new system with ray tracing. They made sure to show all this stuff, make sure that the devs knew the ray tracing was on, and they said it was PlayStation comparable to the PlayStation 5. Now, when you look at the word comparable, I'm going to go into my preacher mode. Comparable, because I saw a lot of people kind of like playing around with that word, and some tried to maybe go a little too far with it. Others tried to use it to me downplay, but I want y'all to see what comparable actually means in definition. So when you look at the word comparable, it means similar. Another word is close. Another one is near. Akin, equivalent. Parallel, like, matching, or approaching. So this is not something that we should take light, that they're saying that this new system is designed in such a way that it is able to produce this demo that was really given to showcase the power of the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, and they have it running on this new Nintendo device, and it is in the same ballpark as the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. That is very interesting. But they also said this is not to suggest that the system is as powerful as either of those systems. It's the way that the system is designed. So we got to unpack all this stuff. So D2K, man, I wish I can just pull you in. I don't know if I can or not, but I want to bring you in, Keith. We're gonna dissect this. I'm trying to be cool here because this is still, we don't know much, but this is exciting news. Go ahead and take the floor. What you think, man, with all this?
Let you know, I did put that other article.
Okay,
in
I'll pull it up.
That talks about the comparison.
Okay.
To the ray that has the ray tracing and the DLSS, and so
Okay.
I added that as well.
All right,
It's a different article. I wasn't aware of that, but I added it.
Yeah.
You should
Well, I
have
appreciate
showed me this. So I just kind of shoot from the hip. Oh man. So Levitt, I know you are super duper excited. But I'm more excited. No. I'm more excited about Princess Peach. No, I'm kidding. No, this is exciting news. Of course, I feel like we've kind of been here before with some information regarding Nintendo and how powerful their consoles are. Wii U. So I feel like we've been here before. But I mean, if it comes out to be true and they're able to pull it off, I'm just curious of how this would actually all work. I can get excited about the tech, but now I'm thinking about the price. If they're going to keep it in handheld mode or portable mode, now I'm thinking about the heat. Say the word, Nia. Dispensation. Dispensation. Thank you. I'm thinking about the heat. I'm thinking about all of these things.
No, that's a church term. I thought you said dispensate. You said dissipate. That's what you're looking for. The heat dissipate. How the heat dissipate. Dissipation. Yeah,
so it's the act of removing the heat.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
You're right.
Anyways, but I'm thinking about all of this stuff that's going to be involved in with this. Like, okay, it's comparable to the PS5. Are they thinking about putting the console back under the TV? Like, all of these thoughts are now coming to my mind when they talk about how powerful this thing is going to be. Because we look at, shout out to Cherry Man, who's championing the Asus ROG machine. That thing,
that's right.
You know what I'm saying, in the Steam Deck, and they're not even pushing tech like that. And I think the Steam Deck at its highest is like 500. K-Bon, I think you were gonna get one, right? Isn't it like 500?
No, I wasn't interested. I don't do portable gaming.
I thought you had it pre-ordered.
Nah, that wasn't me.
Now,
I don't do portable gaming.
Before you continue, Keith, let's be technically sound. First of all, it's still a hybrid system, so it's not in raw power. It's not comparable to the PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X. It can't compete at all. So let's make that clear. But because of this new DLSS NVIDIA technology, artificial AI upscaling is allowing this system to push out visuals beyond its actual capability. It's allowing it to punch above its weight. And that's why I kept saying the way the system is designed is allowing it to do things that would seem impossible for a hybrid system, because it's still a hybrid system. They still saying it's a dockable, switchable handheld that docks. So we really got to dive into this NVIDIA DLSS technology. So I just want to make everybody understand we're not saying that the Nintendo system, this whatever it is more powerful than the PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series,
or even as powerful.
Or as power, not even in the ballpark of the power of an Xbox Series X or a PlayStation 5, but because of NVIDIA's technology, they're able to punch higher than expected. That may look like, just looking at it, it's comparable to the visuals that you would get from a PlayStation 5 because of that technology. But go on, take the floor.
Well, I can speak to that being a PC gamer, and I'll say that yes, DLSS, the upscaling technology, the AI rather, is very, very impressive, and I have no idea what DLSS 3. I think that's what they're talking about, right? DLSS 3. I have no idea how significant that's going to be over DLSS 2. However, it ain't magic.
Right.
it ain't magic in a bottle. I mean, the system still has to do some work. Raw power has to do some work, but yes, it does allow for it to punch up higher. I know for FSR, I think that's what it is. For AMD, it basically takes like a 1080p screen, or maybe even a 1440p, and it could push it up to 4K, but it's not actually doing 4K. It's just upscaling that raw image to a 4K, right? So it's not actually doing it. So theoretically, what you're seeing is a version of 4K, but behind the scenes it's only 1080p or something like that. So that's kind of what that's doing. I'm not trying to take away or downplay it, because I run it every time I play a game. Every single time I play a game, I don't go home without it, even though I'm at home. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm taking that with me everywhere. But but in regards to DLSS 3, yeah, I could see that being the case. Like I said, I don't know how significant it is over DLSS 2, but that's definitely something. And I think they talked about DLSS 1 in the Switch. I don't know if it actually took advantage of it because that chip may be too old.
There's a few games that actually used that upscaling tech, but it wasn't on the Switch. I can't remember the game. I know Switch Sports does, and
Switch Sports.
Yeah, it does.
What?
It utilizes it a little bit, and I forgot the other game, but it's lower. It's not nothing grandiose. So, do you want me to read this article, K-Bun, before I bring you in?
No. You don't got to read it. It just has the extra information. If you just want to read the part that has the extra information about the Unreal, the Matrix, and some of the ray tracing piece, you can read that. That's the most important piece of that.
One Switch 2 demo is understood to have been an approved Switch launch title, Zelda Breath of the Wild, running at a higher frame rate and resolution than the original game did on hardware targeting the new console's specs, but there was no suggestion that the game will actually, y'all know that. Another VGC source claimed that Nintendo showcased Epic's impressive The Matrix Awakens Unreal Engine 5 tech demo. Originally released to showcase the power of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X in 2021, I can't believe that's been that long ago, running on target specs for its next console. So it's Keith, it goes back to what you said. There had to be some horsepower under there, but anyway, the demo is said to have been running using NVIDIA's DLSS upscaling technology, with advanced ray tracing enabled and visuals comparable to Sony's and Microsoft current gen consoles. However, it should be noted, this does not mean the Switch successor will sport raw power anywhere near that of the PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X, which aren't portable devices. DLSS, Deep Learning Super Sampling, is a feature exclusive to NVIDIA's graphic cards on PC. It works by using AI to upscale the resolution of games, effectively allowing developers to achieve higher graphic graphical settings and better frame rates on weaker hardware. According to Digital Foundry's analysis, DLSS at any normal screen distance looks almost as good as the real thing. Notable, Nintendo filed patents for potential
Yeah,
AI upscaling
that should be
technology
enough. I
planned
think that's
back
it.
in 2020. All right, go ahead, Keith. K-Bon, my bad. Too much
Yeah.
reading, huh?
So I I'll say this up front, and you guys know how critical I've been with Nintendo system, how critical I've been of the Switch, um, and its graphical power that it had. I found very many games to be ugly on the Switch. Even the game that looked good, Breath of the Wild, I still got thrown off by the very low res textures in a lot of places. Again, I love graphics, so I do pay attention to those small things. So it did throw me off a little. Sometimes you get in place and the textures are just very low, and it sticks out to me. But this is very impressive. This is very impressive. So if you don't remember the for one thing, if you don't remember the Matrix demo,
I'm
which
pull it up right now.
blurred the line of reality and video game. It was really good. It utilizes a lot of technology in UE. It utilizes the metahumans as for the faces, for the animations. The metahuman is the technology that allows them to create real lifelike humans. It utilizes the Lumen technology, which handles a lot of the way that the world is lit. It also had the nanite technology, which handled a lot of the detail and the textures. Right, allows you to get the nanite was a really cool tool because it when you got far away from it, it gave you low res textures that you couldn't even tell was low res because of the draw distance. But when you got up closer, it still kept a very high fidelity image. Right, so these are some powerhouse tools, and Lumen was kind of UE's version of ray tracing, right? So instead of using ray tracing, UE5 is using this is Lumen technology, which is software ray tracing instead of the hardware ray tracing you get with just the standard ray tracing, right?
Hey, K-Bon, can you give us any examples of them actually, any games that we have out in the wild right now that's actually utilizing it, if any?
So the main game that is utilizing all of this technology is Fortnite. Fortnite made a
Really?
big switch. Yes, the new Fortnite made a huge switch from UE4 to UE5, and it was a night and day switch. I don't have the images up on me, but I remember watching them reveal the switch between Fortnite on the UE4 and Fortnite on UE5, and it completely different. And then there was another game that came out with UE5. I don't remember what it was, but it used the technology. I'm trying to think if Star Wars used UE5, but I'm not 100% sure. I think they were still on four, but I'm not sure. Um, yeah, I think they were still on four. So Fortnite is probably the biggest one that uses the UE5. So with that being said, uh, the technologies under UE5 is really pushing some heavy next gen weight, and the fact that it's runnable on the Switch hardware is a big deal. I just want to make sure I say that and be very clear. The Sony fan, the guy who hates on Nintendo graphics, who called Bayonetta just an ugly game. I'm saying the fact that if Switch 2 can run UE5 and hopefully run it well, because if you remember that Matrix demo, even the PS5 and the Xbox Series X had trouble running that game and keeping the frame rate up. But if they can utilize the technologies of UE5, they can utilize the technology of ray tracing, utilize the technologies of DLSS, and still be able to have a portable system that you can use on the go, That make even though it won't have the raw stats, right? What these tools allow you to do is it allows you to push above your weight, to fight above your weight. This is what Level was saying. UE5 is ray tracing light without the user seeing the sacrifices you make to do software ray tracing. So, like, if it can utilize these technologies well, and if it can bypass hardware ray tracing, which is very heavy on the system, and use software instead, I think they got them another banger
Now
if they can actually pull this off.
let me jump in here because I want to. Something you said, like if it could run on the next gen system. Now let's be real. Let's be technical.
Transparent.
It could actually run on the current Switch, but it just will not look like what you're looking at.
No. It's
No,
not.
they said it.
No. UE5 can run on PS4 right now.
I know that's what I'm saying.
It's not utilizing Nanite. It's not utilizing Lumens to that
that's what
extent.
I'm
It's
saying.
not
That's what I'm
utilizing the
just
metahumans to that extent.
Yeah,
It
I'm
needs
just
to
being
use
technical.
that technology.
Yeah, I was
Yes,
just being
yes,
technical.
you're correct.
So it can run, but the thing, K-Bum, what you're saying is when they say comparable, look at what you're looking at. They're saying, and I think DJ Fanatic, you said they didn't specify, but it sounds like they were talking about just the handheld. We don't know, but I'm pretty sure Nintendo probably would have shown off both handheld and on screen. But this is what they showed. If the room is what's been said is true, this is what they showed running on the next Switch 2, and this is what they said was comparable to PlayStation 5. This is the PlayStation 5 demo. This is exactly how it looks. And what did I tell you? Comparable means similar to, almost just like. That's what it means to be just like something or close to something. If this is what they showed and it impressed them so much so that they said it was comparable to, this is a game. This could possibly be a game changer. Now, again, I'm trying to keep my composure because this is almost too hard to believe, in my opinion. Like, this is going to, if they do this, or they able to do this, do y'all realize that they're literally leaping in a capacity that we didn't even think possible? Because we was expecting maybe PlayStation 4 graphics. Maybe. We was trying to say we would be somewhat satisfied to an extent if y'all just get to PlayStation 4 level or close to. This is way beyond PlayStation 4. So this is interesting. The reason why the internet is going crazy over this because this demo, we haven't seen a game like this yet on PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X.
That's my point. We
correct.
we haven't even seen the game or a game like this, so it's like that's why I'm kind of like reserved. But go ahead. I'm sorry, I had to chime in.
No, that's my point. That's
part.
like I'm hyped, but at the same time, I'm like, man. Like you said, Keith, 2011, they was EA was unprecedented relationship. But no, let's stop. Let me read what G2K Prime says. It's hard to make any useful analysis without knowing precisely what the next console is going to be and the form factor. We know it's going to be hybrid, but we don't know if the dock will have power. That's an interesting take. Go ahead, Keith. We can run with that.
No, I just wanted because D2K. Every time I think about the Switch and that dock, I think about D2K, and he just said it again.
Right.
But yeah, man, I think that to me that makes the most sense. I don't understand why Nintendo never put any power or anything in that docking station to bring those games up to scale, because all it is code. You remove those code when it's undocked. You add that code back when it's docked. Boom, you have satisfied both customers at the same time. I don't know how expensive that is, but yeah, I agree. It's hard for me to wrap my head around and try to be excited for it. Now, utilizing the tools is one thing. So I'm on K-Bum's side when he says that. Being able to utilize the tools, whether or not it looks like the other consoles is really not important, but being able to just utilize those tools is very, very important. You know what I mean? It's kind of like
Yep.
going to the beach and trying to build a sandcastle. Well, I might make an ugly sandcastle, but I got the same tools. You know what I'm saying? My effort, and your effort is going to be about the same. You just better at it. You know what I mean? But it would be different if I had a spoon trying to build the same sandcastle that you had. And of course, I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
Right.
I think it's very impressive that it has the ability, and they're talking about it, and it has the ability to utilize this technology moving forward. Because you got to think about it. It's always about what's down the line. Like the initial games and initial technology that we use day one, that's cool. But 4 or 5 years from now, can it utilize new technology that's coming out, future proofing itself? And I think that's important. And being able to run UE5 is important, regardless of the form factor. Of course, that is very important for me to get excited about. Like once I understand what form factor or what direction they're trying to go in, then I can really start getting my wheels spinning and getting excited. But it is exciting that this technology is being available and Nintendo's going to embrace it.
Yeah, Nia made a statement. I'm kind of in D2K I think he's responding, and that is a good. There's a few things I want to talk about, but Nia said, "I still say they should go back to the set top boxes." I'm gonna disagree with you, Nia, and I'm gonna say no. I don't think they should. I think Nintendo is, and I know back in the day I would have said different. Especially if they give me more power, because I do want to see Nintendo games at these PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X graphical capabilities. But I think they have, and it goes back to what K-Bum said, trying to take the PlayStation with you. It's just a convenient situation with the Switch. It just works. It's easy to take with you. It doesn't take much to pack it up and go, whether you just take the Switch itself or the whole dockable system. It all is just convenient. And if they can find a way with newer technology to make a system that, like we said, punches above its weight class and can match in visuals PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, to where it manipulates to a way that it looks comparable, honestly, that's all I need. Don't change it. And D2K said, to be honest, I think a conversation could be had at a later time on whether or not the traditional console model is sustainable. Something I've been thinking about lately. That is a good topic, D2K. We may have to figure out how we can get things set up to get you on here to have that conversation. Who else said something here I want to bring up? You also said, Nia, Bayonetta 3 is ugly because it's ugly. Now,
Lord have mercy.
true, but I want to piggyback on that. Now, we understand that DLSS is a technology that causes titles to look better than they actually look, right? Right now, if I'm not mistaken, and y'all correct me, the Xbox Series X is kind of utilizing some type of AI technology to make their older games look better. Prime example, what was the game that just came out? Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption has just been released. You can buy it on the Switch and buy it on, I think, the PlayStation 5, if I'm not mistaken. Well, on the Xbox, because of this, whatever that technology that is in their system, those older games are upscaled and run better. So Red Dead Redemption actually runs better and looks better on the Xbox Series X because of that technology than it does on the PlayStation 5, because the PlayStation 5 doesn't have that tech. I can't remember what it's called. But the question I'm thinking, with Nintendo showing off Breath of the Wild, that's puzzling. Why would they show Breath of the Wild? Could they be showing developers what older games may look like with this technology on their newer system. Because Xbox is already doing something like that. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure y'all know what I'm talking about. I just don't remember what it's called. In the comment section, let me know what that technology is called on the Xbox, where it can make older games look better through AI. I don't know if they're using the AMD's version. I don't know, but they got a technology like that. And Red Dead Redemption is taking advantage of that, and a few other older titles look better on the Xbox.
I think, I heard this. You can, look this up and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think what happened with the Xbox games, they had to have developers go back and change the code to take advantage of that upscaler.
Yes.
So it just didn't happen. Like you can take an old game and just magically turn. They had to actually change the code. Something that Sony's not doing with the PS3.
So they
basically
basically
Sony actually did that with the PS4 games. If you remember when the PS5 first came out, God of War didn't initially run 60 frames per second. They had to give a patch for God of War to run 60
and
frames
Ghost
per
of
second.
Tsushima and all them titles.
And Ghost of Tsushima, yeah. So there is something similar happening on the PlayStation, but it's not as in depth as what's going on the Xbox side.
Not as robust.
But the PS3, those games are pretty much locked on the PS3 right now.
The PS3, you can't even play PS3 games on the PS5.
Right.
It's all streaming. There's no. It's not being played on the PS5. It has to be played through via cloud. Because remember, the PS5 had the different architecture, and that architecture has not been reproduced on the PS5, so it doesn't actually play them. It plays it in the cloud. So it's not upscaling because it's cloud.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying they would have to actually go back and change things for those games to actually run natively.
I don't think they could because it's not running on the PS5. Well, you would have to allow the PS5 to play PS3 games, and that's a different conversation. First you got to allow the games to be played on the PS5, and then you have to worry about upscaling. That's multitudes of issues when you have Xbox, when they kept the same architecture throughout their systems, so they mirror each other in a much closer relationship than the complete different architecture you have with the PS3.
Gotcha.
So I guess, like I said, I don't know what they had to do. I don't know if they going back and they opening up the code to allow the game to take advantage of the technology. Whatever they doing, Microsoft is able to make those older games look better. Right?
Agreed.
Now, I'm pulling it up, and D2K says so they can sell it to us again. Possibly D2K. You may be right.
Not with the PS3. The PS3 has a whole different architecture. That's a whole different beast.
A lot of these games, we know that a lot of games on the Switch suffered because of the capabilities of the platform it was on. We saw this with Breath of the Wild. We saw this with Tears of the Kingdom. We saw this with the other Zelda game that they made, Zelda, that was a collaboration with them Dynasty Warriors people, that whatever that Zelda is, I can't remember.
Hyrule Warriors.
Warriors. We saw this with a plethora of titles on the Switch where it suffered because the platform was just so weak, right?
Yep.
So why would they show Breath of the Wild running at a more capable, at better frame rates, probably way more stable? Why would they show that if it's not pointing to titles looking like, to me, you only doing it because you could have showed off Tears of the Kingdom, it would have made sense. But why go all the way back to Breath of the Wild? You know what I'm saying?
D2K already answered that.
To resell it?
Anytime Nintendo does that, just get ready. They're finna come out with another version of it. Because I think I can't remember the example, and they said it was, oh, this is just a demo. We're not going to actually do anything with it. And lo and behold, that game came out. I can't remember what game that was. Y'all help me out in the comment section. But I remember it was a game. Nintendo said, oh no, this is just a demo. We're not going to actually re-release this game, and it came back out. So yeah, just get ready. If they're doing that with Breath of the Wild and they're showing this demo, they've been working on it. Nintendo just don't be working on stuff and then, all right, let's go move on, and put it down. No, that's money they just set down. This is Nintendo we talking about. They not finna go set that money down. They gonna finna sell that to you, buddy. You can best
That's funny.
believe Breath of the Wild is coming back in full glory.
That's
Well,
funny.
and I just found that interesting. Like, are they trying to say that older titles with that technology
Was it
could
way back
possibly
then?
look better running on the newer device? If that's the case, that'll be very interesting. That you may be able to pop in like when we was doing K-Bun with the PlayStation 5 early on. All those PlayStation 4 titles that they did that for. If you played the PlayStation 5 version, it took advantage of the power, and those games looked noticeably better. Ghost of Tsushima looked immaculate on the PlayStation 5. Gears of
It did.
God of War 2018 looked amazing on the PlayStation 5. Spider Man looked the newer version looked the version that took advantage of that looks way better on the PlayStation 5. So if Nintendo may be hinting at something like that, like you throw in Mario Odyssey and it bumps up and runs better at smoother frame rates, and I'm just curious. I think Nintendo may need to have backwards compatibility with this thing, and they saying that some are saying that it does. We'll see, but this could suggest that Nintendo may be kind of following suit with what Microsoft has done with their older titles and what PlayStation done with some of their transitioning titles that allowed you to take advantage of the power with those games that you was currently playing on your PlayStation 4. I just thought it was puzzling they would use Breath of the Wild and not Tears of the Kingdom to do that when both games was in the same world. You didn't have to jump back to Breath of the Wild unless you was trying to show something else. And I think that may be what they was trying to show. Because I'm not jumping back to Breath of the Wild.
Understandable. It, it's a reach that you're stating, but it's a reach that
Merit?
has a base, has merit to it. It does. It does.
Okay.
I think you're reaching, but I do think your reach has merit. No, I'm just being honest here.
Yeah.
I think there may be some truth to some of that, right? The fact that they could have showed Tears of the Kingdom, but they chose to show Breath of the Wild, which it does bode the question on why, and I would really expect, and I think it would do the fans service of Nintendo. It may not do Nintendo's pockets better, but it would do the fans better if there was a backwards compatibility with a upscaling type of system within the Switch 2. Because I think I think the form factor that they're using works. I think it works for the people who enjoy the Switch, for people who or that consider themselves Nintendo fans, but people who have joined in and became Nintendo fans recently because of the Switch. I think this form factor works. And if you can get a little bit more power out of the docking piece, which allows you to do some of this heavy lifting that you're doing with UE5 and ray tracing, then I think you start to bridge the gap between both audience, the audience that enjoys the portability and the audience that pretty much isn't going to move it out of the docking system,
Right.
right? And I think if they're doing that, it actually makes me a little bit more excited for the Nintendo system, because my biggest thing has always been power when it came to the Switch. I didn't think it had enough in it for my liking, but if they can do this, I really do I think they start to create that bridge to both type of gamers that they have in their ecosystem.
Right. Nia, I was thinking about if my theory is true, or turns out to be true, just imagine what that ugly Bayonetta 3 is going to be.
It is still gonna be ugly.
Nah,
I'm
so
sorry. It's art style. It's not graphics level. It is art style.
yeah,
Art
I
style
know,
as well.
I know. I'm messing.
It is
atrocious.
ugly.
It's atrocious. So,
Ugly.
any other thoughts? I want to show something, but go ahead. Any other thoughts, Keith, K-Bomb, whoever?
Man, if you trying to show Nintendo, shut it down now.
I'm gonna show this 4K. Well, can they shut me down for showing 4K Breath of the Wild?
Bro.
Technically, it's not
I
theirs.
wouldn't even.
Wouldn't
It's not theirs though.
would does not matter. Wouldn't trust it.
I gotta show it though. I'm not gonna show it. I'm not gonna show it. I'm gonna pause it and just let them see it.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Okay, let me pause. All right. So this is something me and Keith's been geeking over for a few years. We was like, what if? So this is a kind of modded version of Breath of the Wild, and I'm gonna use this as I can't play it, y'all, but I'm gonna use it as an example of what. Now you won't be able to see it, but if I played it,
fair use.
But
That's funny.
it ran so smooth, and it did take the game to a whole nother visual level. And you can kind of just see it, the draw distance. Now, this is Breath of the Wild. This is not Tears of the Kingdom. And this was kind of remade it with more power. So I'm wondering, they showed something that probably looked like this. And this looks amazing. Like, there's a lot of these videos out there if you just look for them in YouTube. But this is running on the RTX 3070. 4K Breath of the Wild, Great Plateau. I want to find the one where they was in the where is that, what is it called, the forest, the Forbidden Forest, or the what is that, Keith? Right. The Forbidden Forest. I want to find that one.
Lost Woods.
The Lost Woods. Let me look that one up. Because y'all know on the Switch, the Lost Woods area ran like garbage. It was terrible. But if you look at this, fair use, what if that's what they saw? This looks totally different than what we played back in 2017. This looks, if they, like, bro, this, I'm stumbling on my words, but Keith, you remember how this looked?
I remember how it looked, how it played, and how I was like, my God. And then when you tried to use the magnet, oh, God, no.
Yeah. So, well, now I'm showing y'all, this is how it looks running on PC at higher fidelities, frame rates, and just look at how it looks. It don't even look the same at all. The lighting. So this may possibly be what the visuals of Breath of the Wild look like on the new system. And now I don't think I will go back to play Breath of the Wild. But I wouldn't even go back to play Tears of the Kingdom. It's just too involved. And once you beat it, you beat it. You already know what's going on. So it's hard for me to jump back into them worlds when I already beat the game. But it'll be tempting, especially if they added some new stuff to it. Fair use, Nintendo. Fair use. don't ninja us. But
taking all this.
The visuals are amazing. So I'm not sure what they actually showed the devs, but I could imagine it was on a scale of something like this. So this is impressive. Like, this is night and day from what the game looked like, it doesn't even look the same. The models, the lighting, everything just look at that. Just look at that water. Just look at that. That it doesn't even. That's totally different. And if this is what they saw, something like this, comparable to that, and y'all let y'all watch, go look it up yourself. You see it got ray tracing, ultra graphics, all that. Just go look at it. It's dope. It's really dope. I'm curious what this means for. Okay, we can get out of here after this. So, what does you think this means for third party on the Switch?
They don't have to scale back. They can sort of make their game in their fullest glory, and they can just they can just port over, as opposed to making those concessions when it comes to putting the game on the Switch and the Xbox Series S. I had to say that. Yeah, they can just port their games. I mean, it just makes it easier for them, and it also makes it easier for Nintendo to get those titles. A lot of games don't come over to the Switch simply because it's too much work, because that's a lot of money to port those games over. So a lot of those games simply just don't come over. And Nintendo fans either have to go play it somewhere else, or they can play it portable on the Steam Deck and things of that nature, but it's just not gonna happen on the Switch. So I think I think it makes the Switch a more well-rounded device when the developers have the tools necessary to make the games that they like to make.
Oh man, K-Bomb, got anything to add to that?
No, I agree with Keith on that. I believe that once you some places, the excuse that they give is that they're not able to reproduce the vision of their game on the Switch, right? Because we saw the Vaseline that they laid over Mortal Kombat. We saw that Vaseline, the Vaseline that they laid over The Witcher, the ashiness of The Witcher, right? And so, and even the fact that even Overwatch runs at 30 frames per second, which they absolutely do not want to do as an online shooter, right? And so when you make that bridge smaller, that separation smaller, it does allow these companies to say, you know what, I can do this over there too, and have a very similar experience on either console. So I think that's a big deal. If you ask me, I think it's a really big deal. And hopefully, what we'll see is more Switch games at launch coming to all three systems, because I think that's is severely lacking in the category. I know for me, it was very hard to find games that came out on all three systems at the same exact time. So I do think this is going to be a bonus for third party. I think this reduces the excuses, and I also believe this helps them to make that decision to put their vision on the Nintendo system without having to add Vaseline or make it ashy.
Nia said the Switch 2 will be two Wii U's taped together. The Wii was two GameCubes, basically. But anyway, okay, well, I believe, like I said, they showing it to developers. We know that with Microsoft making that commitment with Call of Duty coming to the Switch, and what we hearing, this may be, if they do this right, man, they can really put themselves in a very good place. They are already in a good spot with what they did with the Switch, even though I'm ready to move on from the Switch. If they can achieve what is being said and what got folks hyped, I can see a lot of third party, like the EAs and different ones, making a return. I can see Madden coming back. Now, the thing that's going to stop all this from being what it really could be is that online need to match all this, all this, what they doing. They can't do all this and still give us this janky online experience. So hopefully they're also working on that too. But to wrap it up, I would say I am excited, yet holding out a little bit until some more tangible stuff come. But for the first real, real leak or real information on the next thing, this was dope information, and it is exciting, and it is good to see Nintendo, causing a stir like that. It makes me wonder what Metroid Prime 4 is going to look like. There was a rumor that Metroid Prime 4 was mouth dropping visually, and I was like, "What? For real?" Like, okay, but now getting this information, and I do believe that Metroid Prime 4 will be their next gen system, a title for that system. This is making my hope for that game, making me a little even more excited for that game. And that whole, let me ask this real quick too. What did y'all think about that part where it says they're looking to release next year, holiday 2024, are if possible sooner? Well, what y'all take on that?
I don't know about the sooner. Go
Before
ahead.
we get into that, I did want to say there's like 2 new faces in the comment section, so I didn't want to, you wanted to call that out before we continued.
Paid enthusiast, welcome to the show. Yeah, I see you down there. And who else is down
I
there?
think Paige been here before.
Reginald Reynolds, welcome to the show. All right, okay. Let's read his take. It says right here, Paid enthusiast says there is another rumor circulating that Square Enix, yes, that came out even before this, and this gives credence to that rumor, that Square Enix had Final Fantasy VII Remake running on the Switch 2, and it said that it ran really well. That is true. I heard about that. We didn't talk about it because it was still in rumor mill, but with this leak makes that rumor sound like it was true. Let me see what else. Dang, J Dot, what's good, guy? What's up, J Dot? Now I don't think I've ever seen your name down there. So welcome to the show. Who else in there? So
I wonder if we got rated. That's why we're getting more people in here. I wonder. Sometimes people send people over to different streams, but I appreciate you guys being here. If that's not the case, I appreciate you being here anyway.
We got rated, you said?
Yes, when they send people from their stream to someone else's stream.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm excited about what we just read, because to me, this is outside of the realms of what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking nothing ray tracing. My hopes was 1080p with some comfortable frame rates. That's all I was looking for, and I would get those. I would scratch that itch with the graphics on my PlayStation 5. And if I ever get an Xbox Series X, I don't think I will. I don't perceive them bringing anything to that system that I'm going to want anytime soon.
Starfield.
So I was just, man, I ain't getting Starfield. I would scratch my itch. I'll let y'all scratch the Starfield itch, and I'll just live it through y'all. But this has excited me. I'm seeing that it excited both of you guys as well. K-Bum even said I'm excited about this. We need to start really looking into this NVIDIA technology. I'm not gonna sit up and say I'm a tech nerd like that. I am on other things, but not this type of stuff. But that's D2K, and it was good to see you in the comment section. Any more thoughts on this, or we can wrap it up? Because I don't have anything else to talk about. Did y'all check out the new trailer for Alan Wake 2? The new gameplay footage that was shown yesterday?
Yes, sir. And you know I'm excited about that game. I will. Will I be playing today? I guess I can. I guess I'll be playing today one. But yeah, I'm excited about that. I think I mentioned it in the chat. The audio, it just sounds like they in a studio with
Yeah.
reverb, and it kind of takes me out of the experience. I don't know if maybe the
Really?
volume was too loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't sound like they're in the environment. Like we're in the woods, we're in the forest, but we don't sound like it. We sound like the echo and all this other stuff. Like it
Sound
just,
mix.
yeah, the mixing just they don't sound like they're in the same place. Like you can tell that it's mixed. It's serviceable, but I mean, we can do better than that. I think, and that's a pretty well established developer. And honestly, I think the first Alan Wake had some of that too. So I
Yeah,
don't
it
know.
is
It just
something
kind of
going
takes.
on with the audio. It does sound wonky. Go ahead though. My bad. I interrupt you.
No, that was it. The game, like I said, the gameplay, it looks good. Definitely, I love the whole flashlight mechanic, and I love the having to keep up with the enemies and flash them just so you can attack them. I like that. I think that was very unique on a traditional style shooter that could have been. With the original Alan Wake, they could have just made a traditional shooter, but they decided to be creative, and I think that's a pretty nice gameplay hook. I haven't actually seen that in any other game out other than Alan Wake.
Okay.
I've seen that element of flashing enemies, and even in Batman: Arkham Asylum, you have to flash Scarecrow or whatever. But that gameplay hook, I haven't seen that outside of Alan Wake, so that's pretty unique. I like that.
All right. Yeah, this dude singing in this in this bar was like, what is going on here? It does sound like the audio is not really matching a real world sound. It sounds a little overly produced. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, it is extremely
It sounds like you're
overproduced.
still in the studio. It does. I admit that. K Bomb, any thoughts on this Alan Wake new gameplay footage?
Actually, did not get a chance to. I saw that it was out. Actually, did not get a chance to check it out.
Hey, we got Mr. T up here too. What's up? What's up, fools? I pity the fools. Anyway,
What's up, Mr. T?
what's up, Mr. T?
Good to have you, brother.
So, but yes, I'm excited about what we're getting from Nintendo. That was a surprise, was a shock to have that kind of, shared and, I don't want to call it a leak, but some real information about the Switch 2. And this makes things a little bit bright. Because like I said, I wasn't expecting anything. I'm with you, T2K. I would have been satisfied with PlayStation close to pro levels because I wasn't even expecting that. I was expecting somewhere around PlayStation 4 or Steam Deck, something like that, but not under. Hold up, go on, take over real quick. I got a call.
I don't
Yeah,
know
no
where he
problem.
was going
I'll
with
take it.
that.
So no, yeah, it was going. I know there was a statement in the comment section about just being. I think D2K said it, just being happy with the PS4 graphics, and I think we were all leaning towards that because we just knew it wasn't going to hit any PS5.
Right.
But it's very interesting, man. I don't want to get hyped again and then get let down, but I do have to say I am hyped about this. I love graphics, and even if the smaller setup and frame that the Switch is, if it can produce good graphics, I'm here for it. I'm a gamer at heart, so whatever it is that has the games, that's where I'll go to get it. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, Paid Enthusiast said, once I saw Eurogamer reported on this Switch 2 Power News, I knew it was legit. Yeah, that's what makes it exciting. That it's coming from respectable sources. That's what because when I saw that with the whole thing about Square Enix game running, yeah, I saw it and that would sound dope, but it was still rumor mill, and we don't too much do rumors on our podcast, but This is not rumor. This is legit. And NVIDIA, Nia said NVIDIA Master Race. This whole NVIDIA DLSS, I never really factored that into anything. And D2K said that he's echoing what Paid Enthusiast said. You're a gamer reporting on that got my attention. Still, I got bodied with the Switch reveal, so I'ma just wait and see.
Man, I'm with D2K, man. I'm with D2K.
So,
until I see it, until Nintendo. But just I wanted to add to this, and I don't have an article in front of me, but I think it was Doug Bowser. He was talking about Nintendo's they're slowly but turning into a more of an entertainment company. I need to find that article. I don't know if y'all heard anything about that or seen anything about that.
No, I haven't. Let me see if I can find something on it.
Go ahead, though. It's Doug Bowser, right?
I believe it's Doug Bowser.
Just throw
Great
it in
name.
the chat room when you find it. I'll pull it up.
Okay.
But go ahead. You were saying?
No, I was just saying that until I see it, and until and Nintendo we got that direct or whatever. Like I'm not throwing away Eurogamer at all. I believe, like you said, they're very reputable. But until I see it, until they made their final decisions, which sounds like they've already made it. That's when I'll start, getting my pre-orders ready and getting excited because I'm gonna get it. I'm a Nintendo fan at heart, but man, I don't like the, is it this way, is it that way? When it comes to Nintendo, Sony was like, oh, we got a portable coming out and it's touching PS5 levels. Believe them. I have no doubt in my mind that what they just said is true. When this Nintendo was like, I'll wait and see.
I'm gonna say this, man. It seems like with everything that's taking place, because I was puzzled by this direct from last week out of nowhere with Mario Wonder, and then a Treehouse with Mario Wonder. And I'm like, man, Nintendo is doing a lot of activities, and there's also, I'll say this just because it's it makes sense to bring it up because of what we're talking about. There is rumored that there may be a direct next week. So it seems like Nintendo is moving stuff out the way. They're leaking, they're showing bundles, all these new bundles they're going to be doing. They showing this stuff early. And y'all remember the first time we saw the Switch in 2016, I want to say was in October of 2016. It was shown in 2016. They showed that wheel where the people was jumping into this, jumping into that, and we was like, man, what is this? And October is right around the corner. It's literally next month. Nintendo is making announcements pretty early. What they're going to be doing for the holidays pretty early. The Switch has sold what it's going to sell. And once the new Switch being announced is not going to hurt anything, and this is my reason why. Because once they put the new system out, they probably price drop the old system. And if it is backwards compatible, then you're going to have a lot of people buy that old system that hasn't bought it, the old Switch. So it seems like Nintendo is gearing up for something. They're cleaning their slate. They're seem to be preparing for some announcement, and that's what it seems like to me. That's what it's been seeming like for a while for me. So what it says, feel like I'm home again. Tears up. But yeah. So what you talking about, Mr. T? What you talking about, fools? What you talking about? Y'all know that they thought I was Mr. T for a minute. They thought our old level was Mr. T.
That's funny.
Yeah, they did. They thought we was the same person. But what you talking about, Mr. T? You gotta let me know what you're talking about. But anyway, so I'm thinking we may be hearing something here soon. Like I said, that whole line looking to release sooner if possible. To me,
right.
To me, I'm gonna go back to my theory. I told y'all I believe Nintendo is gonna release early next year, like they did with the original Switch. I remember that statement. I called that, and the reason I believe that because I believe they want to have, they want to remove they want to get all that out the way so that you can just have all the titles and everything. So when the holiday season come in, everything is just there. People are familiar with it. All you got to do is just advertise, buy it. You ain't got to do a lunch and all that type of stuff. You already got that out the way. So I think the earlier they release, the better, because they'll probably have something like Mario or something there for that holiday game, because the game is what's going to push it. If you release the system early like they did with the original Switch, maybe with a Metroid Prime 4, let that be that launch title and a few other titles, then you can do that. And then you can come with that new Mario in the holiday, and that's all you need. I don't think they need to wait to try to launch it in the holiday. I think they need to do it just like they did with the Switch. And it seemed like they thinking that way too with the whole line of sooner if possible. But we'll see. Let me see. You got OG Nintendo fans in here from back in the Wii U days. Oh, okay, I got you. Yes, okay. You talking about paid enthusiasts. If Mario Kart 9 or a 3D Mario game is a launch game for the Switch 2, that thing is going to be impossible to find. Right. And I believe launch window. It don't have to be day one. But if one of those games is a launch window game, and how Nintendo did the Switch, they gave us Breath of the Wild, and then they showed us Mario Odyssey. That's all we needed. We bought arms and everything because we knew Odyssey was on his way. Yeah, we did. I bought it. I bought arms. I bought arms. Kid, you didn't get arms?
No, sir. I played that demo. I got everything I needed to know about arms. I did not buy that game.
You know, my daughter was mad at me when I shouldn't have traded that game. I should have kept it. But I traded arms. That was back in my trade-in games days. I don't trade games no more. But I shouldn't have traded that
digital
game.
now, so
yeah. So Odyssey 2, Metro Prime 4,
I don't think
let's
I've
go.
ever played ARMS.
Visually, arms looks amazing visually. But,
it looks like Overwatch.
Yeah, it does. But gameplay wise, it's like Wii boxing just with extendo arms. That's all it is. It's Wii boxing on steroids.
Wii boxing spaghetti.
Yeah, with spaghetti
version.
arms.
Okay,
let
then.
me look up arms. It really wasn't fun.
Pass.
It wasn't fun, man.
They did too.
It wasn't fun. Anything else?
I found that article.
Did it still sell $1 million though?
It sold more than $1 million.
It sold. Yeah, it sold.
I think it sold like 3-4 million, something like that.
Or if Arms 2 come out.
I hope not. Arms wrestling, I'm there all day. No, they don't need to get out the boxing ring and get in the wrestling square circle and wrestle with them same characters. That's a game right there. Anything else, man? This was just we basically talked about what we wanted to talk about.
I found that article.
Go ahead. Where is it at? Let me find it.
I put it in the chat, but I'll read some of it as you pull it up.
I'm pulling it up.
It said Bowser mentioned how Nintendo is current, and we're seeing this as we're as he said this, but Bowser mentioned how Nintendo is currently evolving into an entertainment company with gaming as its nucleus of the overall business model. While Nintendo has dabbled in other areas such as, get this, love hotels. And playing cards. What are we talking? Now I gotta go find. I gotta go do some history.
Love hotels.
Love hotels. What you talking about, Nintendo?
Wife. Hey, babe, we gotta go to this love hotels. We may not be staying in a love hotel alone. We ain't down with this type of love.
But it goes on down to say the Nintendo of America president went on to mention how Nintendo is ultimately competing for people's entertainment time, and engagement and exposure to the company's IP is always the main priority when introducing new devices and platforms. Nintendo's president Satoru Furukawa has also mentioned that the aim is to expand beyond the core business of gaming and increase the number of people who have access to Nintendo IP around the world. Mario's creator Shigeru Miyamoto has mentioned in the past how Nintendo would like to expand into a variety of fields with its characters by collaborating with other companies. So this is the new Nintendo, man. You got 4K, DLSS 3. You know what I'm saying? Ray tracing, theme parks, movies. Nintendo is like,
They need to add online services to all that
Yeah,
conversation.
they doing everything but online
Yeah,
service.
they don't give me no, because they talking about love hotels and playing cards. We need some online mentions of voice chat and all that type of stuff. Go ahead and keep my bad. I just
nah, that was pretty much it. Except, and it just goes on to tell you how much the Mario movie did this year. So, but yeah, man, I'm happy to see that. I would love to see some Metroid, some Zelda, some other stuff come to different things and TV shows, movies, wherever they can put them.
Nia says Switch 2 will have Netflix confirmed. That's a sad. Nia,
Oh wait,
Nia,
does the Switch not have Netflix?
no, Switch don't even have online. You can't get online as far as surfing the internet unless you mod it.
I've never even looked.
Shoot, with these love hotels, it may have Netflix and chill.
Hey,
Man, love hotel, they got me on that one.
Yeah, I don't even want to investigate that. They may take you down a rabbit hole you can't climb out of. But anyway, anything else? So, like I said, man, this is good news. It's coming in a space to where it was literally the news. There was nothing really else out there. So, I'm pretty sure what is it, Eurogamer probably got permission to share that information. So I believe Nintendo's gearing up for something. I wouldn't be surprised over the next few weeks, maybe next month or so, we actually will get a tidbit of a reveal of the next thing. I really do. I think Nintendo is going to release this earlier rather than later. But any other thoughts, and we can get out of here.
well, there is a rumor. I just want to say this real quick, Kayvon. There is a
Yeah,
rumor
go
that
ahead.
Nintendo Direct next week.
Yeah, I
There's a
just
rumor.
Yeah, I
You
brought
said
that
that?
up.
You
Yeah,
just
I
said
did.
that?
I said a little
Yeah, I
earlier.
said that.
I'm so sorry.
No, you
I'm
good.
I'm, ash- I'm ashamed.
Why you ashamed? Ain't nothing to be ashamed about. Arm sold 2.72 million units. Arms didn't do bad for a first time, what they call that, a new IP. But it was no. They need to, like you said, they need to just make Mike Tyson Punch Out, and take the same characters from Arms and make a wrestling game. I'm telling you, a over the top wrestling game with the Aki engine. That'd be a money maker. But anyway, that was the show for today. K-Bum had something to say. I'm trying to wrap
have
things up.
one more piece. I know you're trying to wrap it up.
Go
Hold up,
ahead.
G.
All right, my bad.
So the comment, there was a comment at the beginning of the podcast about my feelings of the price hike
Yes. Oh,
of
yes.
of the PlayStation Plus. Don't worry, it won't take long, because it's garbage. Um, I unless I'm mistaken, I do not remember reading any additional features, games, giveaways, or free stuff that is coming with this price hike. From my understanding, it's the same crap that we paid $30 less than, or whatever it was, to utilize. So you are giving me nothing extra, and I do have to say this. I do disagree with the people who say that Sony needs to have day one first party games on their version of Game Pass, and I do disagree with that. As a consumer, I would love it if they had it, but I don't believe Sony has to do that to offer this service. So I'll say that piece. As a consumer, I would enjoy it, and I would love it. But looking at Sony as a company, I don't think that's necessary, because they're kind of sticking to their guns with not needing that, especially when Starfield is not going to sell as many copies as it could sell, because you can get it for Game Pass, right? You do kind of shoot your own self in the foot with that. But I think it's Boo Boo Flakes that they are. They're going to dare charge me more
Cheap
money for the
dust.
same exact system. I am not going to just swallow it and be like, oh, it's Sony. No, screw that. I ain't trying to pay no more money for that. Come on, man. You keep increasing the price. I'm gonna be paying $200 in a minute.
Man, when we
Just
gonna
to play
finish
online.
that co-op game we started, man? That we was
Man,
breaking out
that
of
is
jail.
dead.
Well, it's dead because I
I
ain't
don't
getting
know.
no online to play it. So,
Exactly, right?
man, that's what. It's how much is it now? 80 something dollars? $80 now?
Something like that. I don't have the
Yeah.
figures
So I'm
on
gonna have
me.
to go out here and get online. I'm gonna have to go ahead and get me online here in the next week.
It's too much money. I'm gonna wait for Christmas like I always do. Catch a Christmas sale. Catch it for at least $10. At the least $10 off if I can. Hopefully 15 or 20. Usually it's some kind of Christmas sale, and I'll renew my account then. But
Well, the price go up. It's already went up.
Are you
I
not
believe it's already
Huh?
boycotting.
You
It
not
says get your
boycotting?
subscription before.
Boycotting.
Listen, get your subscription before September the 6th. So it's the 7th. We missed it.
Yeah, I understand that. I got the email from Sony.
Yeah. So
But somebody say boycott. So I'm gonna not play online. I'm gonna use my money.
Crack. That crack, he ain't letting that crack go.
So that's why they do
Snorting
it.
hard.
That's why they do it. Hey, whoa.
Man, that's like saying I'm about to boycott gasoline. Nah, bro, I'm gonna put that high gasoline in my car and I'm gonna keep it moving.
But you gonna be mad about it though.
I'm gonna be mad about it. I'm gonna complain about it. I'll write up some forms.
So
for how mad I am.
So anyway, so that was pretty much all we had for tonight. Y'all kept it ill in the comments section. All of you guys down there. Did I miss anybody? I don't think anybody else jumped in here, but that was the show for tonight. Want to send a shout out to everyone that jumped in the comments section. Starting with D2K just showing up out of nowhere, just phantom mode coming through there. Alan Steed, Video Game Herb, Miss Nia, Sister Nia. Who else was up in here? Chariot Man Gaming. Y'all go over there and check their podcast out, man. They podcast pretty dope. Go check them out over there. Who else was up in this joint? DJ Fanatic aka First Name Basis. Who else was in here?
Ryan, Fred. I'm hit. Ryan was in here.
Fred
was in here.
215. Ryan Reynolds. It wasn't Ryan Reynolds. I think it was Reynolds.
J Dot. Don't forget J.
J Dot.
Reginald
Norris.
Reynolds. We get that Reginald Williams.
Reginald Reynolds. There you go. There you go.
J Dot. Don't forget J Dot.
All right. Who else? J Dot. Yep. Mr. T. Paid Enthusiast. Who else is up in this joint? So we had a lot of folks in here, man. We thank y'all for jumping in and being with us on tonight. We excited. This is a bright light. When you get D2K to come out of hiding, you know something is legit. When you get when you can get D2K to come out of the darkness, he's like, let me show my face tonight. You know something popping off. But anyway, yeah, man, this was the show. So things are gearing up. Things are starting to happen. It's getting exciting in gaming. We always excited for new hardware. That may be why PlayStation trying to come out with this Pro. What y'all think? But anyway, we gonna see. So keep your eyes peeled. Yeah, fist bump. Paid Enthusiast. Yeah, it was hot. Dang, we had 54,000 people in the chat. I wish. I wish. But anyway, that was the show for tonight. We out this joint. Peace.